off the
Oh my
rip.
god, I wasn't even recording it. An automatic Yasuo ban.
An automatic Yasuo ban out there. They are looking to take out
Clearly
the
they
Eric
know what
carry.
Eric wants to do here. There goes the
And
Darius ban, which we all expected.
The immediate Darius ban off. Both teams are targeting the carries in this situation. There goes the max ban. You can clearly see that both teams kind of have their eyes on specific players. For EgirlBoosters, they're definitely looking to eliminate the top side of the map here, whereas you see that GBH, Good Boy House, GBH is kind of torn. They're also kind of targeting these same lanes.
Now, Joseph, that is going to hurt Marielle. That Zoe is probably one of her best characters, and I know for a fact she did not want them to ban that.
She is looking to play Nico, I think, as a substitute here, knowing her.
That's a good pick. Nico is strong. There goes the Akali just in case. And they really know their opponent's picks here. I mean, Yasuo for Eric, Jarvan for Max, although Max has a lot of pocket picks in the jungle. He's a very versatile player. They got the Elise just in case, just to double up on the Max bans.
I mean, if you look at this, there was talks of strategies beforehand with Daniel also in this Lemon Cheddar in this game, pulling out the Akali in place of the Darius top lane. Now, having taken that out, we don't know. Now, this set could go top lane.
And they dodged.
And they dodged.
Y'all dodging?
Why y'all dodging?
What is the dodge?
Why y'all dodging?
Hey, easiest dub of my life.
Do the same bands. It's just I couldn't lock in.
Okay.
Same bands.
Put in her win. Put in her win.
All right,
Same
here, back to the bathroom. Some technical errors here.
Texical.
Technical.
There's the Yasuo ban that we were expecting again.
Are they gonna actually do same bands? Yeah, looks like they're
I mean,
following
it's fair. It's fair. Then they got to ban Jarvan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I'm surprised we didn't see yet is a Senna ban.
I'm honestly shocked at that too. I think both teams are heavily prioritizing the top side of the map here. They kind of want their bot side to be kind of free to pick whatever, and to do that, they're kind of leaving options open for themselves.
And Evan's a strong player, especially in support. It's his preferred role. He's a good ADC, but he just loves to just delete people on Senna. She's a strong champ.
Now, what you have to worry about here, if you're EgirlBoosters, is you have a fairly recent player on your team. Mika is only level 16 or 18 as of I last heard. Now, here comes their Mariel Nico pick. We kind of expected this with her Zoe out of the pool. Now, we know this Nico's going mid. Before, we weren't sure about where the set was going, but now we know that it's Nico mid.
Kofi actually going Fiora, which is interesting, because I was expecting Fiora or Aurelia this game. Those are easily some of his best characters, and people like to clown on him, but Kofi is a strong top laner.
Kofi is a strong top laner, though the blind pick Fiora is surprising, considering he said, and I quote, "I'm not fucking blind picking Fiora."
Wasn't there for that, but I will take your word for it. Galio from Eric here
is definitely going mid. Now, I know for a fact that they've been talking about working on this Galio play, and Eric's been practicing very hard before the tournament would have been in order to perfect his Galio and try and get it better for the tourney. Now, we could expect this Nami from the new player. It's all she's been playing. We really knew this was coming.
Nami is a pretty strong support. Those bubbles can do a lot of damage, especially to teams like this. Fiora kind of loses all of her engage if she's, rooted, and that with all that lifesteal, that's what you have to do. Renekton from Christie.
Ooh,
that is interesting.
We know for a fact that's going to be traded, though. We know that's going top lane. Now, the fact is, we are going to be absolutely scared of this top lane from Daniel. We know he's nasty on the Darius. We can only imagine his other champs are just as strong. And having a
that could be a Renekton ADC.
Just saying. I really believe that taking that Renekton top lane is what's likely. Now, a Vi for Max is surprising, considering we haven't really seen him play Vi.
I don't think I've ever seen Max play Vi, but she is a very strong and easy character. She can do a lot of damage. That ulti is devastating to weaker characters.
I really don't think I've ever seen him play Vi.
Now, with tournament draft, the bans coming in the second half are a little strange. I think that's weird.
No,
But
I completely get them. You kind of see what they already have, and you kind of want to target what you think they still need. Taking out the Amumu here takes away one of Clown's really important picks that they know they have in the jungle. There goes the Senna ban.
There it is.
Off the table for Luop.
and they are lucky that Evan did not get to pick first. They are very lucky.
So
I'm
both
actually-
sides.
I'd expect if I were playing against Clown here, I'd probably go for Udyr is a good pick because he's strong right now, or
extremely
Kha'Zix
strong.
because I have seen Vincent play Kha'Zix and he is a good Kha'Zix player. A little
Now-
toxic, but good.
I'm expecting ADC ban out of EgirlBoosters here. They still see that it's open. There it is.
And
Assassin ban.
there's a second Evan ban.
It
That
looks
is
like
two
they were
Max
really-
bans and two Evan bans. That
They're really looking to get Evan and Max out of this game.
they clearly think they know the strongest players in this game. And maybe they're right, but I don't think any of them actually played against John before, and John is very good at this game.
Now, if it's a Vayne here, I would be scared on the enemy team.
And I think
The
he
Twitch-
should go Vayne. That would be a good call. Twitch is equally as
It-
scary. He can
there's the
sneak
Vayne.
around easily.
You can imagine that this Vayne is being picked solely for the kind of like hiding potential, keeping that Renekton off of her, being able to dodge those bubbles and those Nico abilities to roll. You can only imagine that this bot lane will be extremely strong out of
Good
Good
boy
boy
house.
house.
GBH.
GBH.
And we just gotta wait to see what... Oh, Misfortune.
Definitely looking for the team fight here. This is definitely like a very team fight heavy comp on the left side, as they kind of have the strong engage with the Renekton, the good backline. Ooh,
Hecarim.
that Hecarim comes out. That is
Ooh,
a
Hecarim.
quick boy to deal
I'm
with.
interested in seeing what Evan goes here because, you know, his arguably best support and one of the ones he's been playing a lot recently has been banned. So we could see a Lux from him here because he used to play a lot of Lux. Maybe even Morgana? Leona, going Leona.
Leona.
Alright. That is gonna do some damage to their bot lane.
Now, a worry I have here for GBH is a severe lack of AP. I see a strong AP laner with Galio, but even then, he's not putting out a ton of damage. He's mostly a tank in your engage. When you look at the rest of their team, you have Vi, Fiora, Vayne. Their main damage dealers are all building AD. And so people like Renekton are going to be able to just build tons of armor and really just survive way too long.
But it is Eric on Galio, so we don't really know what to suspect. He could easily go like full AP pen out Galio.
Now, while you could say that, I've seen his gameplay. I've seen him run it a couple of different games. He is a Galio person who loves to build Reverie to get that movement speed and to get that engage for his team.
All right, I mean, that's arguably what they need here, with their only other tank being a support. Leona's just there for stuns, not going to do a lot of damage.
Now, I can see why they go for the Vayne Leona bot lane here.
All right, we're going to start this game here. What I'm really interested in is to see if Good Boy House went for an invade. Because I know they're dirty. I know
They're
all of
gonna
these players,
play-
and they are dirty.
They will play as dirty as they can in order to ensure
Four
that they
skins
get
to 4 skins. It's an even matchup here.
honestly.
Actually, I'm wrong. 3 skins to 4 skins. Good Boy House is fucked. They're going to lose. Max just does not have a Vice skin. Looks like Max is running... We have 2 teleports on the team. An Ignite from Leona there, which is common. Max has Conqueror, which is... that's a good pick. That's an interesting pick for Vi. Most players go Hail of Blades.
Now, what I'm curious about is the Nico in mid lane taking that Ignite. She does not have that same kind of global presence that Eric has anymore, especially with his ulti and his TP. He's going to be all over the map. And with Nico taking that Ignite, she's just not going to have the same presence.
She could be going for a lot of roams here, a lot of kills. It'll be interesting to see what comes up. All right, let's let me put that up and then pull this up. Let's watch Good Boy House Blue here as they set up for this game. Already some
Let's
peaks
direct
going
the
out
cam-
mid lane.
Let's let the direct to camera take over for now. See how that works out in the beginning. We have Christy definitely looking to set up the bot side here.
Looking to get a
This
ward
is-
off, it looks like. I don't actually know who's pinging. I'm assuming it's blue
We're
team.
not told.
Max sitting up top side, probably get his ward off before he rotates back to bot.
I mean, you can see the colors. I think that indicates who's being pinged. I think
Right.
it's mostly the Ego Booster up here right now. You can see it's very close on both sides. Both sides are kind of watching their entrances, not wanting to get invaded. I don't think either side is going to invade, but I think any last-minute tricks could still be pulled.
some camaraderie here in the chat as they give the other team good luck. Eric said, "Love you, Zach," and
I don't believe there's Zach in this game.
I don't think Zach is playing in the game. Oh, okay. Mariel's with her boyfriend here, so Eric's saying Poggers. I hope they lose.
He is now a certified
Max
racer.
actually going for a leash topside, which is really interesting. His bot lane hasn't seemed to notice.
I can tell you exactly why he's doing this leash top. He's starting top so he can work his way down, grab the bot scuttle, and prioritize his bot side, and really making sure that he can get that priority down where they want to bully most.
And being honest here, that red buff is a lot stronger for Vi early game.
It looks like a solid leash coming out of bot side, though there is some damage coming out mid lane.
Eric already taking some good damage because Nico's range is just much, much higher. Max already halved after fighting that red buff with Kofi there.
Below half. I'm interested in this top lane matchup. There's an early fight going on here.
An early trade. Oh. An early trade.
Your job.
Yeah, you gotta shut up, man. That's a pretty even trade there. Oh, Renekton flashes in. Can he get the kill? Kofi dashes out, makes it back to tower and lives. Pops a pot. That is scary early level. Getting the flash out though is good. Max can easily rotate off of blue here. Head back up and help his Fiora out. But if Kofi keeps playing dangerous, he could die here. Flashes just to live. This is a scary matchup here. Kofi
Both topsiders' flashes are out.
Kofi is in a dangerous spot.
Scary. We knew this would be a heavy push top lane to really try and get the bully out, but we did not realize just how much Daniel was going to push for these early kills and really want to punish Kofi for the way he plays. You can see Kofi already kind of playing up late.
Kofi getting the parry. Can he make it out? He does! Ooh, Kofi is playing a dangerous game here. I think he should just stick the recall, make it back to base, and get back to lane safely. But he wants that CS. He can easily be tower dived here. I think he's waiting for that, actually, hoping he get another parry off. Does he stay in tower range?
A very good parry from Kofi coming out here, but I honestly expect him to go in here. Daniel going in. He gets out, and he's playing out of tower range. He's leaving tower. Oh, but Daniel gives up. He's
Kofi just out of range. Hecarim is in top river. That could be an easy rotate if Kofi stays. I just feel like Eric is yelling at Kofi right now, just telling him to back. Or Max is. Somebody is definitely yelling at that man because he is playing way too dangerous in the first, 3 minutes of the game? We have some pinks going on bot lane as Max ganks. Easy gank first side. Turns around because, Misfortune and Nami are back at tower. Goes back to his jungle, gets some more camps. Level up a little bit. Hecarim near mid. Let's see if he goes in for a gank here on Eric. Eric sees it, gets back to tower. He's safe.
You see, EgirlBoosters are really trying to play safe. Oh, but they're going in for a fight here. Here comes the teleport coming out from top lane.
That's a TP from the Renekton. Goes for the ADC. Does he get her? John kicking him back. Kofi comes in with the backup teleport. Do they let Kofi die here? They might. Oh, then the heal goes out for Kofi. That was some really good team play. They might actually be able to get Hecarim here. John comes up. Can they get this? And he's just out of their rage. Emoting for the BM. Ooh, Vincent is a toxic player.
A lot of summoners used there. We have multiple teleports coming out, multiple abilities being used, a lot of people losing their health. It looks like only mid lane managed to stay where they were. That is a lot of global presence just used up right there, which means we will probably just see laning for the next couple minutes. Now, fighting is probably likely to keep going. Kofi goes for the walk back up instead of the recall. An interesting move on his part considering he's lost about half his health going down there.
Yeah, Renekton recalled there after that fight, and I think Kofi knows that, so he's trying to see how much CS he can get before he gets back. And Kofi needs it. He's a little bit behind now. It's 88 to 18 on that CS thing. Renekton already has a long sword and some control wards. He's back in lane. Does Kofi fight this, or does he back up like he probably should? Renekton going in for the trade. Can Kofi make it out here? And that's first blood. Kofi going down at 5 minutes to the Renekton. I mean, he's the diamond player on EgirlBoosters. It's what do you expect, you know?
And you kind of expected this out of the top lane. You really expected that bully. Now, I honestly think, despite it being good from Daniel, I think it's also a giant misplay from Kofi to not recall there, not get his refillables, not get boots.
Max going for Krugs to cover his top lane here. Actually does some decent damage to the Renekton that's a level above him.
I think this is just bad play from GBH right now. They let Kofi go back up without kind of recalling, and then Max goes in, loses health, only to have to recall as well. He was probably going for the reset anyway, but now he's kind of given that extra incentive for Renekton to stay, knowing that he won't come back anytime soon.
And Renekton is a punishing champ. I hate playing against him. And Kofi is now 2 levels behind on Fiora. Renekton takes a tower shot there, which is some good damage from Kofi, but even just going in there, he lost the same amount of health. It's clearly a dangerous fight. Kofi now only has boots. That's the only thing he managed to get off of that. Boots and refillables.
You have to be worried about his mental here. It's such a dominant lane.
Renekton already at level 6. He can easily tower dive here. Can Kofi play this safely at all? He might be able to. Renekton taking 2 tower shots, 3 tower shots. This is really good for Kofi. He's not going for the kill, which is probably a good call. Hecarim could be nearby, but we know that he's not. And Renekton just proxying the wave there as Kofi clears. Galio coming up. This could easily be a kill if they do this properly.
Eric could be going in here. This could be giant off of them.
Here comes the Galio, already level 6. They could easily kill this Renekton here. Renekton going for the ult. And there it is. Eric gets a kill. You know, taking a lead in mid lane. And, you know, helping Kofi out there, setting him up.
A really good roam from Eric. We know he's been kind of good with the game sense, but it looks like there's a fight going on bot lane.
Nami dies to Max. That's a good game from Max. Already level 5, while the Hecarim is also level 5. Let's look at the farm there. It is 32 to 40. Hecarim actually has more farm, but Max has a kill. So they're pretty even.
Honestly, it's such a fight-heavy game. You kind of honestly don't know where to look. We know the priority for both teams, but both teams are kind of pushing it. Like I said, opposite sides of the map, knowing where they want to play. It's going to create an interesting dynamic where eventually the top side and the bottom sides are going to crash together, and we're going to see an interesting matchup of both sides carries.
Kofi just having to fight this Renekton because Renekton is just so, oh my god, the camera. Renekton is just so aggressive in the top lane. Let's go back to bot as Max gets ready here to counter gank. Can he save his ADC here? It's going to be a 1v2. Actually hits the punch. That's a good flash punch from him. Can't get much more than a 1 trade. John actually still there. Is that a kill on Hecarim? It is. Hecarim. Eric coming in, going for the flash taunt, missing it.
Goes through.
Actually, he actually hit the Nami there. I didn't realize that. That's an easy double kill for Galio.
Kill for Eric.
He is solidifying himself as the leader of this mid lane.
I mean, you have to.
And Kofi dies to Renekton again.
You have to recognize the talent coming out from mid lane. As much as we sometimes worry about Eric's mental and how he plays with the others, you have to recognize that his skill and his ability to know the map gets him far.
It really does, and this is going to be an easy 9-minute drag. There it is. That's the first ocean drag, which is really good for this team. Especially with a team with 2 tanks, that's going to be helpful. Kofi is now 0-2 to this Renekton, which must hurt because, like you said, he wasn't going to blind pick Fiora, and then he did. And honestly, I don't know if him playing Aurelia would have been a much better matchup for him, but at this point, it's just a matter of Kofi not dying anymore and keeping the rest of his team in this game.
I mean, you have to be worried about this because, I mean, all your kills are on the Galio right now, which is great. And it looks like he's actually pivoted to go to the Hex Tech build so he can do a little more damage, have a little more of his own personal engage. But when you look at it, would you really rather have a strong Renekton carry that has his gourd drink already, or do you have the Galio with the Hex Tech? I think 9 out of 10 people will tell you I'd rather have the really strong Renekton with his gourd drinker online.
His gourd drinker isn't.
I know, but I mean, like, once he builds it.
Right. Kofi has his ult now, which means he might be able to do a little bit more in a fight here. They know this Hecarim is on red buff. Actually, they don't. I thought they did, but he was just going down to ward his Krugs. Max actually looking for his red buff here. Can he catch this Hecarim?
It
looks like he's going to be able to.
And, get out. It's gone.
And there goes the emote again. That is dirty.
It looks like
Kofi's screwed here unless he can get back to tower and dash out. And he can't. That's an ult from Hecarim to kill him.
I think even without...
Max going in here because he knows his Galio is close. He knows his Galio is close. Here's the ult from Eric. Can they... That could be another easy 2 kills.
That's a giant taunt from Eric.
That is a huge ult from Galio. He's carrying this game. Oh my god, he's playing so well. And I know he is hype about it. Nico in the top river here. They might be able to catch her out too if Mariel doesn't leave. She's leaving. They might go for Rift here. Hecarim peeking the Galio R because he just destroyed him with it. And Max might be able to get an easy Rift off here at 10 minutes. That's 2 times... That's 2 times the enemy jungler has, you know, died before a pretty major... What's the word I'm looking for? Objective. There we go.
What was I going to say? We expected the bot lane to be the carry for GBH, but honestly, looking at this...
Oh my god, what is going on here? Can Kofi get here to help him? Kofi comes in just a little bit late. ADC goes down.
The Fiora comes out. It looks like he's trying to proc him. Can we get another stun off from Electric Evan?
I mean,
he has
can't.
no mana though. He really doesn't have the ability to go in
that
here.
Gore Drinker hurts.
I don't know if they'll be able to win this fight.
It's a sustained fight. Now that Nami's here, there's no way they win. Kofi just needs to leave.
Evan just needs to bite the bull and get out.
There it is.
We expected the bot lane to be the carry here for GBH, but looking at it now, you have to look to mid lane to really push you through this game. It
really
looks like
do.
the bot lane is doing strong. They're doing well, but if you really need to carry this game, which they're going to against Renekton, you need the Galio to do well. We should have moved those earlier.
Yeah, I just realized we could. Hecarim
Alright.
now invading Vi's jungle, has Vi's on Krugs, which, you know, what can you do? John here actually 2-1 to the 1-2 Misfortune, which is, you know, that's a pretty good setup for him after just now dying to the Renekton TP.
I mean, looking at the vision here, red team isn't aware that their bot side is being invaded. It just looks like the vision from both sides is honestly a little poor here.
And that's what Vincent really excels at as a jungler, in my opinion. He is a really good invader. He plays Kha'Zix all the time, and he will just steal all of your camps before you even make it out of spawn. Coming in with the ult here, that's a 2v3 there. Max actually ulting to get out, which is a really interesting play there. That's a good ult flash. Eric actually sending in a Q to help him out there. Max going back into jungle, and he turns back to help his laner because they know Leona's coming up. Can he get an engage here? Actually getting stunned and killed by the Renekton. Just so much damage out there. Eric might be able to get Hecarim.
The taunt simply does not come out in time for them to save Max there.
Hecarim going down though.
Would have been nice on this second sooner.
It's a 1-for-1. Hecarim actually did die there. Now, you know, Hecarim's 1-3 while, you know, Vi is 2-1.
I mean, you have to be worried if you're GBH. This Renekton is only getting stronger by the minute. And your Galio, while doing very good, I'm not sure. Well, we're about to see right here. Can he take the 1v1?
Can he take this fight here? Gore Drinker's up. That Gore Drinker is going to hurt. Can Fiora get down? Nico's here. Kofi should have gone in. And that's going to be a major shutdown for that Nico. That's going to hurt Good Boy House.
That is a giant shutdown handed over to the Nico, who better to have it than the Renekton, but to still have that
it's
gone,
still gonna hurt them a lot.
It's scary.
Kofi successfully getting out of spawn there, back to spawn there, as Renekton already has 2 plates and he's about to get the 3rd.
Honestly, you have to be scared. This top side is just way too dominant. You can't be letting this happen. But with the Fiora getting,
we got a fire drag up, Rift going down bot lane. Max is kind of in on his own here, and Hecarim's there to help. Can bot lane get there fast enough to keep him alive? Gets a kill on the Nami. She is a new player, however. Max not making it out, just barely. Ulti from Misfortune. Is it enough? And Good Boy House actually looks like they win this fight. Vayne doing an insane amount of damage, but Christie getting that kill last second. They cannot take drag here.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Richard.
The only person to survive that entire encounter is the support from Leona. That last second cannonball from Chrissy really solidifies the kill on John there. You have to be expecting that they do better than this, having this new laner in the bot side. But
Galio getting some tower damage in here. Ooh, first tower goes down top lane.
Honestly, I wanted GBH's bot side to perform better here, but I don't think they'll be able to be the carries
after Evan lost Seraphine and Senna, he's in a tough position. Eric not making it over the wall with a pop-up. Can he get the taunt off? He does. That's a 3v1 here on the Renekton. Doesn't get the E. Gets the ulti from Max. Can they shut him down here? It would be huge if they do. The armor break is insane from Vi, and they give it to the Galio to keep him fed.
It looks like they're really looking to push this mid lane advantage. But bot side, you can see
Blue team on drag here.
EgirlBoosters gets the drag at 15 minutes. This will let them hold time real quick.
Tab just does this.
I was trying. Oh, drags are up top. Both teams are even in drags. You can kind of see that they were kind of able to give that luxury of handing over the drag for the Renekton shutdown, which, well, maybe not the best ult kind of give off, does allow them some freedom in order to kind of move around the map more with this top side now down.
I mean, in my opinion, it was worth it. It's a kill on the Renekton for a fire drag. It's 1-1, 15 minutes in. Vincent just getting, after that drag, just getting his smite up.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this bot side, we could see an engage here with John being a level ahead of his the enemy ADC, but it looks like they might just play it safe and play back. Though we don't know whether this engage come out from any second from Electric Evan. I hate that I said the full name.
You should. Does Galio go in on the... Oh, he does not hit the Nico here. If he did, that would have been devastating.
Rocket Belt used, though, its short cooldown will mean he can't get too punished for that.
Ooh.
I mean, despite kind of the use of the ability, he should be fine as long as he doesn't push too far into his lane. You can see kind of Hecarim hovering the top side, clearing his camps, getting his blue. He's really making sure that he's ready for this next kind of gank, which I'm expecting to come out mid or top lane fairly soon.
And blue team actually leading here in gold by just a little bit. I don't want to do the math there. They do have another tower. Well, red team has 4 more kills. Eric, having that warded, knows that there are 2 people there ready to delete him from the game.
Even BM says, hey guys, welcoming them to mid lane, knowing that it's his domain, not
actually,
letting them in.
Ward not going in the mid bush there, but the bush off of their jungle, and you know that's actually a really good place to ward. Let them know that they were there before they were sitting in that bush. However, they don't have vision on Rift, although he might be able to tell that they're doing it. Considering Renekton's not back in top lane.
You can see the roam coming up from Leona and Vi. They're looking to kill out the mid lane here. It looks like Nico's able to get out, but that's just wasted time for GBH.
Going to support her team on the Rift there. They get Rift. Renekton picks it up, which might be devastating for top lane, and it looks like that's the plan. They know that they have an Achilles heel here, and it's not Kofi, it's top lane. Max actually going to the bot lane, going for the tower dive. That Nami just gets deleted by his damage. Renekton actually bot here. Gets a TP, ultis, misses the ulti with a great flash from Max there. That was an insane flash over that wall.
I mean, looking at this, that could have been insanely deadly if he was able to get that stun off.
Kofi actually losing in lane, but doing a really good job of matching his laner's TPs. Every time Renekton has come bot, Kofi has been there to support his team.
You have to respect the roam down. He's missing on that CS. You can see he's less than half the CS of Renekton, but he's still able to help out his team in some shape, which is honestly respectable. I gotta
check my Discord messages here.
What'd you say?
My dad telling me I'm loud.
If you're both teams right here, especially if you're kind of good boy house right now, which is just behind in gold, and it looks like they're being pressured out topside, what do you do to kind of win this game? Like, what can you do to kind of regain the advantage and really solidify that you're in the lead?
Play Pantheon.
I don't think that was the solution.
Huh?
I don't think that's the solution here. I mean, both teams are fairly even overall if you look at it. There's only a 500 gold difference between 2 teams, with 1 tower being given to EgirlBoosters. I mean, honestly, if you look at both sides, I could not tell you who would win off this right now. I think it's really going to take a deciding team fight to kind of see who's really in the lead.
That's what I'm really interested in here. We have not seen a team fight yet. And, you know, bot lane, there's a pretty... It's not a huge gap, but there is a gap between the ADCs here. I mean, John's 4-2, while this Misfortune's 3-3, and John's about to be 4-3, getting the kickoff, but not getting out. That looked like Misfortune Gale Force, but the Hecarim got the kill. Going with the ulti on the Nico. Nico gets their ulti off. That's going to destroy Max there as it's a 2v2 here in mid lane. And Evan actually getting that stun off, but not getting the kill because Eric was stunned there and couldn't help him out. And that's just a lost fight. That is a lost trade, and they're going to lose tower for it.
I mean, beforehand, I kind of said you can't tell which team's going to be ahead unless we see a team fight. Well, we didn't see a solid 5v5 team fight. Those 2 kind of splintered fights really kind of pushed the advantage into EgirlBoosters' favor.
And honestly, that Hecarim's ability to get from bot lane, gank, and then get right back up to mid lane to help his team in that fight is something that Good Boy House does not have. Vi is not nearly fast enough to match that. Looks like Blue is setting up for a drag fight here. Red probably wants to take it so they don't get ahead here, but I don't think they're going to be able to with how fast that Blue team is just deleting this dragon. And that's going to be a mountain drive for Blue team, which is going to hurt for that Renekton. They do have a Vayne on their team with Kraken Slayer, which can do some damage there, but with Gore Drinker, Sterix, it's going to take some time.
You have to wonder how GBH gets back in this game, especially with Eric going in dangerously here.
Eric actually making out with not that much damage taken, only getting hit by the Nico there in his AP shield. Blocking it for him. Renekton still has Herald here, so we might see a Herald play up top. Looks like he's actually just going for the scuttle here. Get some more vision on the map. Keep Max out of the game.
There is no definitive hard lead. It's definitely not stopped by far, but you can really see that EgirlBoosters is taking this Renekton that was so dominant in lane and taking this Hecarim that's been kind of providing the resources the whole time. And
Hecarim might not get Rift off. It looks like Rift is going to expire.
That's very unfortunate. I do not see any world where they should be letting this happen.
And there it goes. It expired. He forgot he had it.
Even if it was Poppy and Spawn, that is unacceptable to let happen. You have to use that Rift Herald.
Can I type?
I don't know.
Oh no, it's behind. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? You have to wonder how GBH kind of fights to get control of this game back. There's no dominant lead. It's not a stomp, but they're slowly losing their grip. You can see kills despite favoring them. Gold favors the other team. Towers favor the other team. Drags favor the other team.
Max tower diving again. Ulti from the Galio going out. Destroys that Nami. That is just devastating. Gets a stun off on the Misfortune. Can they pin down this Hecarim and get a third kill? And it looks like they cannot. Max barely living. Doesn't know the Renekton's, and that's a kill. That is unfortunate. Ooh, that hurts.
You have to be thinking that if you're Max there, you're so glad you've gotten out. But
that was actually an insane play from blue team there. They had the Nico topside as Renekton, as the Renekton TP'd into his bot jungle and got the flank on Max there. And I doubt they had any idea.
You honestly have to wonder, is Kofi playing this far back because he knew it was a Renekton or because he knows he's down either way? I mean, without a C in the mid lane, the shutdown of the Renekton goes through, given to John, which is a really important thing.
That is a huge shutdown for their ADC.
He can now build even more shred to get rid of this Renekton.
It looks like they're actually flanking up top to get this Nico here. Does she get out?
I think
she's definitely going to make it to tower. They might. It looks like they're going for Baron here. Hecarim's not up for 14. Renekton's not up for 18. They could get a 23-minute Baron here.
This could be dangerous. I mean, blue team...
They have the damage for sure. Their jungler is there. Blue team actually setting up Hecarim, or Nico there, you know, weird choice on Hecarim considering he's dead. That might be a big ulti. Actually, the kick from John there is amazing. Saved them all. That's an easy kill. Kills the Nami. That ulti is just devastating. Renekton TP's back in. He has that up again?
These are great plays from John. First, the kick away on the Nico ult, and then being able to shred the other player. I can't remember, what is it? Nami? Being able to shred the Nami, being able to kick away Nico ult, that is a great play from John there. That really shows why the Vayne was picked.
But they know they can't go for Baron anymore. Kofi not sticking the recall, and he might get caught out here with how fast Renekton is. Max is actually there to support him just in case. Goes for the recall, which is a very good call on his part. He's going to give him some tower plating. Can Hecarim find him here? He just misses it. Goes for the buff instead. Eric actually looks like he's going to challenge him on this buff. Might look for a steal with his Q. And just too late. If he Q'd instead of warding, I think he could have got it there.
It looks like both teams are kind of resetting, looking to farm up a little bit here. Considering how many kills are going in the favor of GBH, there's no wonder that they've caught up in gold. They're really starting to push back into this game. When I said they needed to regain a grip, they're now doing it. They're pushing their way back in, not by getting objectives, not by getting towers, but by purely just killing the enemy. And honestly, I wouldn't expect anything else from this team.
Mountain Drag up in 45. It looks like it's going to be a Mountain Soul game, which is going to be really big for that Renekton if they let him get it. Max getting his blue buff. They're playing around this bot river, knowing that they need to be there for this next drag. Blue team doing the same as Kofi farms up top. Kofi, I don't know if he has his TP or not. It does not show. Oh, actually,
he has his TP up.
Yep, he does have it available. He does have his TP up. So knowing that, he's going to farm up as much as he can, teleport down when he needs to support his team, and try to do their best to win this team fight here. It's just a matter of how fast. It's a matter of how fast he can get this TP off. He sees Renekton there. Is he going to TP?
I would be looking for TP very soon. It looks like the fight's about to happen. And
they have to be calling it. Max is in a weird spot here. Does he get caught out? Can he get over the wall? He can. He's alive. He lived for a lot longer than I thought he would. Vi going down as Nico goes down. And red team, Good Boy House, is just taking that fight even with their jungler dead. Renekton already popped his ulti, is behind the drag. They don't have vision on it. He might go for steal. There's the vision. They know he's there. And there is just absolutely no way he steals that drag from him. Can they actually get a kill on him? They can. That is an ace from John. And red team just took that fight. They took They took their presence. They made themselves known, and they just won that fight. They took down the Nico. They took down the Hecarim. And as tanky as Renekton is, he cannot protect his entire team like a Leona can.
This is the play you were looking for if you're a fan of the Good Boy House. They really needed to kind of make the objective theirs, as that Mount Soul is scary like you saw in the Renekton. Now going through this Baron here, they're going to be able to push it even more. That fight from them was amazing. The ability to keep Max alive that long only stalls the enemy's ability to kill and makes them use up the resources on the jungle.
And there's Vincent in chat asking for a best of 3. I don't know if he's no longer confident in this game or he thinks the Good Boy House is going to need it. But, some turns coming out here with the Diamond Renekton on their team. I expected it to go a little differently. I mean, top lane went about how I expected. Kofi's he's good at his characters, but he's just not a Diamond player. And not to say he can't be one, but right now he isn't. And, Renekton is scared.
FF.
He said FF and run it back. I mean, they could. Looks like Good Boy House is playing here, so push it down mid lane. Renekton is recalling. Kofi pushing him out of the recall, which is honestly a good play. Although he's full health here, he doesn't necessarily need to recall unless he has a good amount of gold here and he can get an item up. They're taking back their pressure. Does Renekton go back for the recall? He does. And Galio comes back up to mid. They might look for a recall as soon as that... They might look for a team fight there as soon as that Renekton's recall goes through. And does Renekton have TP up? He doesn't, so they could try to take a fight here. Actually, Eric goes towards bot to catch that bot wave.
I think something you have to look at here that is probably going underappreciated.
That is
a fight going on. We can talk about it later.
That is a huge engage for the blue team. Max flashing over the wall. Evan not getting out. And I honestly think that Eric not being there hurt them in that fight. They weren't expecting that engage from the Hecarim because they don't have vision in that jungle. But the fact that Evan has survived that long is astounding. Good taunt from Eric there. They can get some tower damage in.
Now,
Nami doing what Nami does.
What I was really going to say is that something that's underappreciated for these teams is vision. You can see overall, if you really look at the numbers, GBH definitely has the better vision, but that doesn't matter when everyone's just A-ramming down mid.
It does not. Eric getting the Zhonya's off here under tower. Flashes out to live. Kofi makes it out too. Hecarim might go for there. He's not going to. They're just going to focus tower and run it down mid, which is a good call. After winning a team fight like that, Good Boy House needs to regroup and try to defend it the best they can. They might let him get an inhib here.
They lose the inhib here, and that's an unfortunate
They
outcome.
just barely lose it with an auto attack from the Nico.
Are they looking for the re-engage here? It looks like
they are. Eric getting rooted is going to hurt. Eric actually TPing to catch them mid. This is going to be huge if his team can catch up to him.
They're going to go for this fight here.
They're all low. Eric can do some damage here. He knows who to go for. And it was a good play. That's a kill on the Hecarim, but his team cannot catch up there. But Eric is pleased with that play, and honestly, I would be too.
It's a 1-for-1 there, but honestly, despite Eric saying worse in the chat, you have to wonder he lost Baron buff there. They no longer have that resource on him. This leaves Kofi, Small Shark, Kafiro with the only one having Baron left.
But that Baron buff push versus a non-Baron buff push is going to make a difference. They're going to get tower here, inhib. They might be able to do some damage to double towers there. I don't think they can. Baron buff actually just went down, so never mind. That's a big ulti from Misfortune. Max is standing in it. Ulting to stop her. Goes down to the Renekton. Can Vayne get this kill? His team is not peeling for him. The Zhonya's is huge, but oh my god, Vayne does so much damage.
John has to get help.
Can he get that kill? He just barely can't. Can Kofi get it? He can. Can they get the Nico? They can. Can they get the Misfortune? They can! Hecarim coming in, push Kofi off. Kofi gets the kill anyways. This is a comeback for Kofi now, 7-4. Kofi just made up for that early game. Can he get the Hecarim here? And Evan takes it. Does that seal the pentakill?
The penta
is that the penta gone? Evan took that penta from Kofi, who wanted it.
Evan takes the penta. Despite the penta being lost, you have to admire that. Kofi is still able to come back in this game and provide such immense value despite that early game going to the Renekton.
And that was a really good team fight there from Good Boy House after being down a player and a half because, Max went down way too fast in that fight. The fact that they managed to win that, take an inhib, and, set up for drag is huge. The Hecarim's still not up as drag goes up. Max is already there. This is going to be another easy drag for red team here. That's going to make it 3-2 unless blue team can somehow get a steal off. Kofi actually going for the recall, which is a little interesting. He does have TP up. Does he get caught out by the Renekton? Just barely. By a thread. That was scary. That is scary because a Renekton can stun you there and kill you instantly. Maybe not if you're Fiora, but if you're somebody else on that team, it's going to hurt.
Now, I know if that were me, I would have stuck. I would have run for my life and probably died, but I have to give it to Kofi for having the guts.
Kofi has some balls.
Kofi's sticking it. He got the balls.
Fiora has balls. And, you know, that's a third drag for a Good Boy House here. And an inhib. It's, you know, one inhib, 3 towers to 5. So they're kind of losing in the tower department, but, you know, otherwise, Good Boy House is still in this. Ahead 12 kills.
They're also
ahead gold now. It's
2K gold.
You know, it kind of looked down earlier, but now that Kofi's back in the game, you know, Fiora scales. It's as easy as that. Fiora scales. He lost it early, but now that he's back after getting those 4, almost 5 kills, he's back in it. You know, Stridebreaker, Chem Tank, he knows what he needs to build against Renekton to keep that Gore Drinker down. Going for Ravenous himself. Vayne has Kraken and Blade of the Ruined King there. That's gonna and Rage Blade. That's just gonna shred through that Renekton's armor, his health like butter. Max going in for a kill, and Nico here does a little bit less damage than I expected him to.
The flash to get out, the chase through, and it goes through. The teleport coming in though. What you have to be worried about in this fight is John getting his peel. If the Vayne can get the peel, does he win here?
I cannot tell what's happening. That Renekton is massive. Hecarim going down, Max going down. Renekton really low, but he does have a GA. Zanya over here from Galio. This keeping the fight. Can he get a taunt up? He can. That is huge. There goes the GA. Stunned under tower, taking a ton of damage there. They have to reset. See if they can get a kill before that Renekton fully comes back up. Renekton's up. Nico's up. Renekton actually going down there. It's a 4v1.
You could be seeing the end of the game right now.
This thing, Good Boy House can end here. The question is, are they going to as they wait for the wave to push up? The closest character up is a Hecarim there, and I don't know if a Nico and a Hecarim can win that fight against those 3. That's two CC champs and a Vayne. That's going to be a ton of damage and not a lot of moving for Hecarim.
Honestly,
Nico doing her best. I don't know if they can end, but they can definitely get a tower here if they focus it properly. Evan going in. Does Evan get caught out here? He does. He does. But, you know, Vayne gets a kill on the Nico, so that's a trade at least. They get a tower. They get a tower and a half. And, you know, that's worth it. That's really worth it. Score now 23-37. 3 drags for Good Boy House. Still ahead by 2K golds. You know, it's the final stretch now, and Good Boy House is leading that charge.
You really have to think about these next objectives that could be coming up. Honestly, if you look at this side, you're worried about that dragon that's coming up in 2 minutes. You're worried about this Baron that is still up and has been up on the field. You don't know who wins this here. Honestly, it's looking like GBH, but there are plays that could get EgirlBoosters back in this game. They still have a tower lead, and they're not majorly behind in gold. If they take a very solid team fight here and just are able to pop this Vayne early, they could still win here. They just really need to worry about the Vayne on the opposite side, shredding their hard carry and their Renekton.
Hecarim only has 4 items.
That is curious. I mean, if you look at it,
I mean, Vi only has 3.5, but I expected him to have more at this point with that farm and he has 9 deaths, so I don't know there. It's I expected a little bit more in terms of economy there from the Hecarim. Going for the recall.
GBH could be looking to close up the
stops the recall. He's gonna go for the ulti like he did before. GBH fighting. Hecarim doesn't go in early enough. Goes for the Vayne. Can he get that kill? The peel coming out from Max, which is great for his team. Vayne goes down. Galio coming in so they can secure that Hecarim kill. Can Max hit it? He can, and that is death for the Hecarim. Good Boy House, it is now a 4v3. Getting a great E in on that Renekton. Getting the taunt off. Getting the Zhonya's off to survive that misfortune. Leona getting the stun. Can they kill that Hecarim? They can. No GA. Nami goes down 2. And there it is. Kofi with the kill on the MF. That is game.
That's going to be game.
That is game.
Moves in here with their wave to finish out the game. You really have to respect the mid game out of Eric. Despite what we said about maybe the mental or something else going on, you have to really respect him carrying this game. You also have to respect the vibe play from Max. knowing that he's not really comfortable with the
Vince
champ,
is saying
he still
end it
comes out and
gay.
he still wins this game.
Do they end? They do.
They're gay.
That's raps.
You're on Lenani Academy, by the way. You want to hop over?
Yeah.
Blaze, that's what I mean. We're still casting.
Yeah. No,
How
that's
was
I
that
got that.
first game?
Did you see how my penta was stolen?
Yes,
saw
yes, we
that.
did.
We
We
saw